And welcome to the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. Today we're going to start things out looking at ocean currents. So it's not something we always do, but today we're doing it. So check this out. Here is the sea surface temperature anomaly and the currents. So you'll be able to see both of those things from this perspective. What's interesting here is you can see this cold water blowing across the Pacific in a huge current here toward places like Papua New Guinea and the Philippines. It's a cold water current, and you can bet your bottom dollar it's getting pretty cold in the Philippines at the moment. Check it out, a huge cold water current there making its way toward the Far East. It's almost like a reverse Gulf Stream, if that makes sense. As you can see over here, the Gulf Stream, very different. Warm water making its way largely toward Ireland and Iceland. Although some huge cold water temperature anomalies happening there as well. Check these out. 9.8 degrees Celsius below normal, or 17.7 degrees Fahrenheit below normal. That's pretty cold water there, folks. Pretty cold water indeed. Some anomalously cold water around Greenland. Temperatures are normal around Hawaii. What's the Indian Ocean looking like? Who knew there's a current that goes right across the Indian Ocean like that? And here's the South Atlantic. Very cold off the Atlantic African west coast. Anyway, let's show our normal features here. We're normally going to be showing things like wind. So let's go to the surface winds of the eastern world. There you go. Yes, ocean water temperature drives climate for real. Also, albedo seems to be involved with major changes in Earth's climate. Maybe you're aware. Maybe you think that's controversial to say. I don't know or care. But there is the jet stream scenario. Leave us a comment if you think I'm putting out propaganda. Here is the jet stream scenario over the Americas. Yeah, the Americas. And we've got a neutral jet stream here over the U.S. for once. We've got a neutral jet stream. Yes. Cold Great Lakes air is coming to Pennsylvania, though. As this kink makes its way to the east, cold air is making its way across the state of Pennsylvania as I speak. Here are the surface winds of this side of the planet. Here are the surface winds of Europe and Africa. Here are the jet streams for all our pals in Europe, Africa, the Middle East, etc. Here's your weather.gov map for the lower 48 and Hawaii and Alaska. Looks like some good surf there once again on the west coasts of the Hawaiian Islands. High surf advisories. Ha ha! Sounds like a good time to not land on volcanic rocks. Yeah, don't wipe out on Hawaii. Don't wipe out. It's not worth it. Here's your lightning map scenario. Remember, folks, volcanic rocks are very sharp. They don't just break your bones, they rip your skin to pieces too. It's pretty treacherous, really. All right, so here is the current real-time lightning map, and we've got some terrestrial lightning in the U.S. Hey, Wichita, I think you're out of the crosshairs, as that's probably going to move to the northeast. It's going to just miss you, Wichita. And we better continue with the video quickly here. Oh, Minneapolis getting hit? Hey, Minneapolis, there's thunder rolling in. And yes, you can use lightningmaps.com to forecast thunder and frighten the natives. Yes. Do people you do not like have bones in their nose, and have cannibals tried to eat you? Do you work for a zombie corporation that can't get out of its own way? Sorry about that. Here's the Pacific Ocean's water vapor environment. And you can see dry, massive air there over almost the entirety of the South Pacific. Dry, massive, likely cold air above the cold water that is the Pacific Ocean. Anyway, apparently it's so hot that it's cold in large portions of the western U.S. as well, as there's a positive snow depth change forecast of over 2 feet in parts of both Montana and Wyoming. Also some huge snows expected for Oregon, Idaho, and some significant snows there. Geez, it looks like about a foot for parts of Nevada, parts of Utah, and parts of Colorado. Also Washington expecting some additional snow. That's your 72-hour positive snow depth change forecast based on the GFS model. Here's your pressure and precipitation forecast. It's so hot that Earth's albedo is getting higher on the last day of May. Interesting. Let's check out windy.com's European forecast. This is the new snow forecast, and it looks like in the next 12 hours, a lot of those places can expect things to start. And then a winter wonderland shall form in large portions of Wyoming and Montana, as we've stated, over the next 24. And by the next 3 days, maybe the ski places will be able to stay open all summer. For their sake, I kind of hope they can, because economic strife is striking everybody. If you're wondering what you get at smashamash.com/smashteam, well, here's a quick rundown. People who don't log in at all get to see all levels and posts like our major video posts. People who log in at the gold or silver level will see this animation. People who log in at the gold level will get to see this animation. And people who log in at the gold level can read our paper about the solar cycle mechanism before we even publish it for peer review. So that's what's going on at smashamash.com/smashteam. If you're interested in how stars really work, support us. Help us out as we're writing a paper about it. You can also help us out with some merch. The designs are spectacularly high resolution and well printed. They're also very durable. They tend to survive the washing machine. So you can also save 20 to 60% site-wide throughout the weekend by using the promo code YourThing on checkout. It's spectacular. So Mensa, make Earth not suck again. It's up to you. Again, promo code YourThing on checkout to save 20 to 60% site-wide. 20 to 60% savings. Today's featured product is Universum Liberate. Why? Because I'm wearing it. While my opinions are not reflected in all of these designs, in some of them my opinions are reflected. And Universum Liberate is something I feel more than comfortable saying. If you don't know what it means, you can look it up. It seems to just destroy the power if I just translate it right here for you. But it is the motto of the Galactic Federation Special Forces, if you weren't aware. The spiral represents a Milky Way galaxy. The key represents security and signal strength, and the lightning bolt represents instantaneous reach. The little bright spot up by the spiral arm, well, I can't tell you what that means. it's classified. So thanks for tuning into the video. Visit our links like smashomash.com and welcome to the Neo Renaissance. Strap in. It's always a wild ride. We've got some wild weather in the Central Rockies. There's your U.S. Doppler radar map. We'll zoom out briefly to show the Hawaii and the Alaska. There's a lower 48. We'll show clouds and fog. Does it need a reload? And indeed it did. So here's your clouds and fog over the lower 48. Here is your water vapor map. And you can see cold, massive air driving down toward Lake Erie. It's going to turn out to be a clear, cool, windy day over Pennsylvania as that dry, massive air blows through. It's going to push all that moisture out to sea. Things will dry out promptly. We'll have dry air aloft as it first arrives. Here's your recap, the U.S. Doppler radar. The clouds and fog. Shortwave radiation, 3.9 nanometer radiation. And there is water vapor. It shows you water vapor not even condensed onto clouds. It shows you all of the water vapor. Anyway, thanks for tuning into the Smash News Network, least busted name in news. May that terrestrial wind be at your back.